I'm Keisha, Associate Global Brand Communications at MRM McCann, and I'm here with Shelley Zalis, CEO of Ipsos OTX and founder of the Ipsos Girls Lounge. Welcome, Shelley.
Thank you so much. Thrilled to be here.
I'm glad. I mean, when we heard that you were visiting from LA, we knew that we definitely had to get a chance to speak to you about South by Southwest plans and what you all had in store. So, could you tell me about the Ipsos Girls Lounge?
You know, the Ipsos Girls Lounge really is a passion of mine. For Ipsos, I run global innovation in 83 countries for market research. And my real passion is really inspiring women to opt into leadership, to transform the rules, and also to just collaborate and connect with one another in authentic ways.
So what really inspired the creation of the Ipsos Girls Lounge?
You know, I was the only female CEO in the top 25 of market research my whole career, and I really never had a female mentor that showed me that you can do it all, that you can be a successful CEO and run a company, that you can be a successful mother, that you can be a great wife, that you can still do social good, and that you can balance work and life and still achieve everything. The women that I've seen, you know, at the top have chosen either work or life, career or life, saying that their life will wait. Life doesn't wait.
Right.
You have one life and you have to live it. And so for me, you know, my inspiration for myself, you know, I've always been breaking the rules in corporate America because they really didn't work for me. And so I had to really write my own rules to be successful as I was rising the ranks.
Right.
And so for me today, I'd like to encourage women to opt into leadership roles and transform the rules that never made sense for them, and don't just conform.
Yes.
You know, what happens is in the corporate world, you know, we do start 50-50. We talk a lot about gender equality. It isn't a real equality problem when we start. We start 50-50 in the workforce. The challenge becomes, as we're rising the ranks, we're gaining more responsibility at work and more responsibility at home. And so one of three things happen. Either women opt out completely because they can't do it all, or they start their own companies, like I did, to write their own rules and make it work, or we opt into leadership roles, but we conform to the rules that never made sense for us. And so why can't we, as leaders, change the game and make it make more sense?
Yeah.
And I really, you know, this is a really important distinction. I don't think it's a female issue. Why should women be put in a position to have to fix the problem? We didn't create the problem. I don't think it's a women's issue. I think it's a social issue, and I think it's a caregiver issue. There's, you know, a lot of people, it's not just women that have responsibility for family or for their aging parents or even for having a life and going on dates. Why should you have to make those choices?
Yeah. So you created the Ipsos Girls Lounge based on all the things that you mentioned that you were passionate about.
Yes, you know, so the Ipsos Girls Lounge really started at CES 3 years ago, where I was attending the largest technology conference in Las Vegas, and I heard that less than 10% of people in technology were women.
Wow.
And I really didn't know that many people. So I called the 4 girlfriends that I knew going, and I said, you know, how about having a slumber party at CES? And by the way, invite your girlfriends that are going so that no one feels left out.
Yeah.
And, you know, 24 hours later, I showed up in my hotel room, and there were 50 women ready for a slumber party.
Wow.
And by day 3, there were 150 women.
Wow.
And it was remarkable because we walked the trade floor together as this big pack of women. And I'll tell you something, we certainly did not feel like a minority. We dominated. We were this majority where people were looking at us saying, look at that chick team coming through here. And it was empowering.
Yeah.
And I felt empowered. And I was inspired by these other women. And I felt confident.
Yes.
Going from insecurity, oh, I'm not going to know anyone and it's going to be an overwhelming group, to all of a sudden walking in with confidence and meeting so many new girlfriends.
Yeah.
It was really empowering.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I could connect women in technology, what about women in marketing? What about women in media? What about women in research? What about women in advertising? What if we could connect to one another and create relationships?
Yes.
You know, because ultimately, men do deals, girls create relationships. You work with people you like. You work with people you trust. You work with people that you know you have an authentic relationship with. So we created the Girls Lounge, which became a destination for women to hang out at industry conferences.
Mm-hmm. You had touched on empowering women, and one thing that really empowers me is knowing that I work at a company, MRM McCann, that most or all of our North American leads are actually women. So that's wonderful.
But I want to say something about that, because just being a woman, to me, isn't a passage.
Mm-hmm.
It's not permission to be able to, for me it's a responsibility. Because I say, you know, and this is a quote from Sarah Jessica Parker that I love.
Okay.
Which is, a woman that wants to be a man is a waste of a woman.
Right.
Bring your girl to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your emotion. Bring your nurturing. Bring your contextualization. Bring your storytelling. Bring your empathy.
Yeah.
Bring your people skills. Because, you know, as it turns out, what's fascinating is we're losing a lot of senior women to leadership roles
Mm-hmm.
because they are opting into, you know, taking care of their responsibilities at home. But you know what the best characteristics of caregivers are? Nurturing, caring, empathy, understanding, team building. Those are the most successful traits for leaders today.
Yeah.
We need women in leadership roles to bring those skill sets to the table.
Okay. So could you tell me more about what the Ipsos Girls Lounge is doing at South by Southwest this year?
South by Southwest is going to be a really wonderful one for us because, you know, in the Girls Lounge we have really two key objectives. One is to inspire women to opt into leadership roles, to transform the rules. And the second is to inspire the next generation of millennial women. And so South by Southwest, we created this girls pop-up lounge. It's a 20 by 20 foot lucite box that actually is a container. It's a shipping container that when it's opened, magic happens. And it's just, it's beautiful. And you know, we talk about confidence is beautiful. This box is beautiful. And it creates an experience on the go. And so we will be bringing that to South by, and we'll be touching on some very important themes of authenticity. Authenticity. Be yourself, because everyone else is taken. So you have no choice but to own who you are, but we want to help you be your best self. Okay. So we'll have a conversation with Amanda de Cadenet, and it will be a very heartfelt, real conversation about how to really empower yourself and be confident with who you are. The next day we have something called Pitch Perfect, which will be helping young women. Well, we have a whole panel of VC women in VC that will help young people refine their pitch as they go look for money to start their own new company. So that'll be fascinating. And then we'll have a Shark Tank kind of experience, but we're calling it Queen Bee.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's one of the other issues with the word shark, the word aggressive. Women don't want to be sharks. We don't want to be aggressive. We want to be successful.
Yes.
And we want to achieve our dreams. And we want to do it with passion. And we want to do it with generosity. And we want to do it with grace. So we have Queen Bees. So there'll be a panel of queens that will really help young people refine their pitches. And then in the afternoon, we have Lizzie Velasquez, who will be coming and talking about bullying and anti-bullying and how words can really hurt and make a difference, and how we can reverse our negative speak and create beauty in everything we do. And beauty really is infectious and contagious. So how do we really transform negativity to positivity? Okay. And then we have young girls in STEAM. STEAM is STEM with the A, arts included, that will be creating in real time a live anti-bullying app. And it's going to be it's going to be incredible. It's basically an app that takes negative messaging and transforms them into positive messaging with a digital origami concept, which will be really, you know, incredible. And then later in the afternoon on Sunday, we have Christy Hebiger with Makers, with AOL Makers, coming to share her story of inspiration of transforming image and what beauty really is all about. It's not Latin beauty, it's American beauty. People are beautiful. We are all beautiful people, regardless of gender, regardless of race. Really look at the person and what they bring to the table.
Okay, great. We're actually sending some ambassadors out there from the company to represent and really report live from South by Southwest what's happening on our South by MRM blog. And two of them, Erin Hughes and Amy Herzog, I know they're really excited to visit the Girls Lounge. And it's going to be there from March 13th to 15th. Directly across from the Austin Convention Center, correct?
That's correct. And you know, one of the things that we've also incorporated is hashtag Speak Beautiful.
Okay.
Unilever has created a campaign for Dove that is really quite remarkable, where it talks about how one gesture can make a big difference in the world. And you know, one positive tweet could influence so many in positive ways. So they'll be able to tweet with beautiful messaging from the Girls Lounge as well.
And what's the hashtag again?
Hashtag Speak Beautiful.
Speak Beautiful. Okay, great. So, Shelley, I have to ask you this question. We've been asking a lot of our team members this fun mobile question coming from the heels of Mobile World Congress and then with South by Southwest Interactive quickly approaching. If your phone was a person, who would it be?
Oh, I like that. That's a good question. You know, I would like to say my best friend, because I think your best friend always tells you the truth.
Yes.
Or your sister. And in the Girls Lounge, we're all sisters. We call it, you know, energizing self, soul, and sisterhood. Because sisters tell you the truth. They tell it like it is.
That's
and
true.
we all support one another and want to help each other be the best that we can be. But I think I'm going to say a mirror of myself.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to say that because the truth is I have to own who I am, but I have to be honest about it. You know, often when you look in the mirror tells you the truth. And if you really look in the mirror and listen to it, even the bad stuff, you know, the negative things that are going in your head, that is how you can really help yourself the most. And the biggest issue for women today is really twofold. One, the need to be perfect. We think we have to be perfect. And I've been learning so much through the Girls Lounge that there is no such thing as perfect. And perfection truly is boring. There's something better than perfect, and we need to aspire for that. And each one of us have things that make us super special, and that's a good thing. So own who you are, know what makes you special. The other thing that is our greatest challenge is the need to do it all. There is no such thing as balance. The whole concept of work-life balance does not exist. Work is a dimension of life. Your family is a dimension of life. Friends are a dimension of life. All of those things make your life whole, robust, and beautiful. So acknowledge where your challenges are and fix them. So I think you have to fix yourself.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Shelley. Thanks again for taking the time to speak with us. And just a reminder, the Ipsos Girls Lounge will be at South by Southwest from March 13th to the 15th, directly opposite the Austin Convention Center. So definitely check it out.